All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Z32 Workshop. I'm your host, Z James. This is my parts car, my 1993 300ZX Convertible. And today, we're going to work on those guys, which is basically the front control arm area, basically tension rod, lower control arm, and tie rod. Maybe upper control arm too. Just showing you how to take those apart, where those come apart at, and how to drop them all. I'll probably just do one side, do the whole thing, instead of doing side to side, just doing each one, showing you exactly what you need for tools to get them to come apart and what it takes. So that's today's episode. Thanks for joining me, and let's get to the project. Alright, everybody. Hopefully you can see this halfway decently. Got it lit. Got an 18mm deep well. You don't need a deep well, or sorry, 17mm on my 3/8 with an adapter on it. And all we're gonna do is break these bad boys loose. Oh, you're gonna be hard, which means cheater bar time. Give me a moment. Breaker bar, cheater bar. I hope everyone's having a great morning today. Let's see if I can get this loose. Alright, we're back. Got my breaker bar. Let's give it a try. Oh, you're gonna be hard. Holy buckets. Well, that's because I'm going the wrong way for one. Let's try it the right way. Oh. Alright. Next operation up. Cheater pipe. You know how things are rough when you gotta start breaking a cheater pipe out early in the morning. Alright, let's give this a whirl one more time. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And gals. Alright, let's do cheater pipe. Oh, that don't work. Holy crud, people. There we go. Sorry about the long wait. Alright, I'm gonna break these other ones loose, so I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. Alright, I know I time-lapsed it. 17mm wrench to get on the back side of this guy. 17mm ratchet. I had to use a cheater pipe to get it to start. And then you just take the bolt, the nut's already off. Then let's pull the bolt right on out. And this will let you get the tension rod out. That there, everybody, is the tension rod. Nothing fancy. These usually go bad, the rubbers, and people upgrade them. It is part of the lower A-arm assembly, is what one would call it. We call it a tension rod. People replace this unit here so that you can adjust what they call caster. So when you get different size tires, you can replace that. Z1 makes one that I like, that is a polyurethane bushing. That makes life a little easier. And I enjoy it, other people don't. Other people go with a lot of like Power Treks, all sorts of other different stuff. But those are mostly steel bushing, so they're pillow bushing right here. So it's really mechanical, you can get some squeaks now and then. But that's this side. I'm probably gonna do the other side. But while I'm staring here, just because I feel like getting rid of nuts and bolts that I see everywhere, because that's what I plan on doing, we're gonna get rid of the tow hook here, which is just another 17 millimeters. There's 3 of them. I'm just gonna remove it because it's just extra weight off the car, and I get to keep the bolts. So let me go ahead and do that. It shouldn't be too hard, I wouldn't hope. Actually, those aren't 17, those are 14s. 14 millimeter. As you can tell on this car, this thing has been, like I said over and over again, this has been resprayed because of the car wreck. This front end, whole front end's been redone. I would say redone, but definitely worked on. The only reason you get rid of these factory tow hooks, and there's 4 of them, mind you, is there's 2 up front, 2 in the rear. It's how they use to ship these things on the cargo containers coming across from Japan. They make excellent tow hooks for actually using this car if you got a trailer or anything like that. But if you have to redo the front end to something different, these may get in the way. But these locations, this 3-bolt setup into the frame rail is excellent for putting any other type of tow hook in this car. It just is. If you hang on to that piece of metal and weld something else in to come out to whatever you're using, is great if you're a track car or anything of that nature. So that's that for right now. I'm gonna put you guys on pause because I think we're gonna do maybe the tie rod or the other side. I probably might just do the other side yet for this morning. All right, everybody, other side of the car. Just trying to show you what this looks like. Most likely that has got a bad seal on it for what it is for a tension rod on this side. Those are the 3 bolts again for that tow hook. And then that is the tension rod. So hopefully you guys can see. Well, I may have to get some better lighting here, everybody. Well, it may not be the best, but we're gonna do time lapse on you guys anyway. Because realistically, I've shown you once. 2 nuts here, nut and bolt there. Drops right on out. Look, once again, just tension rod. So here we go. Time warp. As you can see, that tension rod's out, and as you can see, it's got a cracked bushing in it. So that would have had a lot of play in it. So that's the passenger side bushing. Next we're gonna get rid of this guy. That shouldn't take too long either. So time warp. All right, everyone, I got the tension rod out. got the tow hook off, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the part that holds the bushing off for the tension rod right there. Now, normally it just hooks from here to here and it isn't a problem. But as you can see, this bolt decided to think, you know what? I'm gonna spin around. And the reason it's a problem is solely because I think this thing was damaged in this collision, and it's putting a lot of, this is trying to be farther back into the car than when this is at, which is surprising. You don't see it. You know, this beam looks fantastic. You don't see any ripples, don't see anything. You think all the damage is up top here, through here, and not here. But obviously there was some minor movement in here. You're just not seeing it, you know, 32nd of an inch, 16th of an inch, maybe an 1/8 of an inch. I mean, the way it's pushing this bolt where I can't yank the stupid thing out, I mean, it's like, it's stupid. It's silly. Oh, there we go. But that's never a good sign. When things are supposed to mate up perfectly and things are off a little bit, it's your first indication something's warped. Even though you can't see it in the frame, something got bent and twisted that you just aren't aware of. So that's that. I'm gonna get these other two bolts here. I'll show them to you in a second. I just want to drop both these off just because they're part of the tension rod system. I'm gonna get slid around here underneath the car, give you guys an idea what this looks like. We're going under, boys. Two more bolts right there. There were two up there. There's only one left on this side anyway. That was done because the sway bar connects in between here and there. I don't know if I showed you guys that. I may have started this process. I didn't. Sway bar goes through here all the way across for the front sway bar for people. Yeah, so this is the underside. After hindsight, I'm gonna remove both these guys just to get them up out of the way, and then I'm actually gonna think I'm gonna do the shocks there, get rid of them before this all tries to fall down. Yeah, so it's a process. I won't know if I'll tell what I'm gonna do until the next day I actually do it. So anyway, let's get these other 4 or 5 bolts out of the way. We're done for this morning. Alright everyone, those are the tension rods, there's support brackets that tie it to the car, and then I just did the front toe hooks because I was there. That's how you get those off. Like I said, these go bad. It's the reason people replace them with either OEM or an aftermarket one. And then other people upgrade them like I have to adjustable ones to get adjustable caster and to center everything up properly if you do change your camber in the car. So let's get this flipped around. So alright everyone, I know that isn't what I promised from the last video, but I thought about it a little bit last night, and that's what I'm going to be doing, is working on this front end. I think it's good information for everybody. I need to get rid of it, get it out of the car, and I've done tension rods before, so that was actually pretty easy for me. My suggestion is you're going to need a 17mm socket. Deep will work. 6-point is best. Also a cheater bar. It's just a little bit outside the stretch of doing it. Breaker bar could do it. I find just a normal ratchet with a cheater bar that helps out quite a bit. So, alright everybody. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I'm Z James. This is Z32 Workshop. And I'll see you guys in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Every little bit helps. And I'll see you all tomorrow. See ya.